Welcome to episode 40 of the Global Gang Podcast. I am your host, Alec Hunter, joined today by TystraDaisetsu.
What is up, my dudes?
AnthonyJMo.
What is up, my dudes?
And our news correspondent, Dr. Namor.
Yo, what's up, guys?
And then our guest today is the Scottish saying, HayzinkDKB. How you doing today?
I'm not bad. How you doing, guys?
I'm doing great.
Good.
So,
Good.
jumping in here, because we got a lot of stuff to cover today. It feels weird to say that in this era of Dokkan, doesn't it?
Yeah, very much.
So, just jumping in right away, of course, we are going to cover our 4 questions we always ask our guests when they come on for the first time. So, Hayzink, how and when did you get into Dokkan Battle?
How I got into Dokkan Battle was despite something that was just said before we went live, I really like Dragon Ball. And I was going through YouTube looking at videos from Geekdom. You probably know Geekdom if you're into Dragon Ball. And just looking at different things, and one of the linked videos was a video of Nano playing Dokkan. Well, I say playing Dokkan, he was summoning. And I thought, oh, this looks interesting, and then I get sucked in. That was pretty much how I started playing Dokkan. And when was actually not as long as most people, it was just after the 4th anniversary.
Okay, so a little over a year now.
Yeah, it's just over a year, about a year and a few months.
Right. That's when my current account started, was actually during the 4-year. I did rerolls during the 4-year on this account.
I remember you said that to me. I was talking to you about rerolling on Twitter, and you said that you'd done it back then, and that was it. You would never do it again.
Nope, never do it again. Rerolling is a pain, such a
Yep.
pain. And it was like real rerolls, not using some modded bot thing to do it. It was
Yeah.
30 minutes at a stretch.
Go through the tutorial and
It
everything.
sucks so much.
Oh, have you tried that tutorial in this current year? Looking at that tutorial in 2020, you're thinking, oh my god, what is this? I think that's something they need to update in the game. It just looks so dated, it is unreal looking at that now.
Yeah,
I think they
but
just need to scrap it entirely, to be honest.
I think the best part of it is the fact that you get the old summon animation.
Yeah.
Like it's nice to go back and see that every once in a while.
That's
Mhm.
true. And then you always pull STR Freezer.
Right. Agility SR Goku.
But I think,
Oh
I think
yeah,
that,
SR Piccolo.
I think that's something they could change really easily in the game. A lot of these gacha games now give you almost a 10 pull with a guaranteed, well, I say 5-star, but you know what I mean, it would be like an SSR or something like that. I think that'd be a good way to start new players out, just going back, maybe updating that and doing something like that for new players, but I don't know, don't want to do stuff like that, do they?
Would be nice to start off with the SSR Goku instead, the old agility one, like that starter with Vegeta. Like those should be the 2 main pull units.
Yeah, you
As,
should
like,
get
your
one of those
starters.
2.
Yeah, like it should only be those 2, but you're guaranteed one of them.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I'd go with that, that's a good idea.
Screw that. It should be the physical Go tanks. That way you have an all types lead to start.
See, I would not complain about that because that physical Gotenk still slaps.
He is. He's
Yeah.
awesome. He's awesome. So second question, and I'm aware that this can be kind of a recency bias type of situation, but what is your current favorite unit in the game?
It's Go Bros. I love Go Bros, so I think Go Bros are fantastic. It's not recency bias for me at all. It actually really ucks me that they're now getting looked at as not being a top tier unit anymore. I don't know who it was. I think it was General put out a question on Twitter yesterday asking people who their best unit was, and that's who I said. And it's funny when you look at the replies to those sort of questions that someone puts out. It's always like one of the last 4 units that came out in the game that people will always say, "Oh, this is the best unit. This is my favourite unit." But for me, it's Go Bros. I try and use them any opportunity I've got. I think they're fantastic, and I think they are at a point now where they're starting to be slept on by a lot of people.
I will admit that I do not use them nearly as much anymore as I used to, but part of that is because I've found that I don't really care for the siblings bond category, and my Goku's family team is stacked, and I have other units I want to run on the team.
They work on Kamehameha.
Yeah, that's true. They do. They do. Actually, they work really well because they link pretty decently with the family Kamehameha units as well.
I don't really care about the links, to be honest. I've got them at link level 10, and I've got most of my Kamehameha units, well, not most of them, but most of the ones you want to worry about at link level 10, and I more often than not put them on rotation with AGL Gohan.
Yep.
I don't know, like, I don't think they're obviously getting the best out of them on that rotation, but...
No, well...
But they share a couple, but not many. But the thing is, they're pretty self-sufficient for key anyway, you know. Once you've done a few super attacks with those guys, they're getting a super attack every round. And a lot of the time, they hit 3 super attacks, like an awful lot of the time, you see that from them. So I like them, I really like them. I'd say that definitely them, and AGL Gohan as well. I think AGL Gohan's a fantastic unit. I don't even care about his transformation because I don't care about transforming him. I think he's so good that he's untransformed state that it doesn't matter. I know that that's controversial because people want to transform that AGL Gohan, but I'd say those two are my favourite units in the game.
Dude, that AGL Gohan is a complete unit without a transformation. People who complained about his transformation conditions just completely glossed over the fact that he was a 100% complete unit.
Yeah.
You know.
It's not just that. I don't know any other unit that can get to STR and nth stage of the Legendary Goku event and easily take double digits, just like as if it's nothing. Well, I suppose there's something about Gohans being tanks. The new Tech Gohan can do it as well, obviously, but
he's a monster. Let's see here. Tech Trunks can do it. The one that's the super type lead is his secondary. LR Kalen Khalifa can do it pretty easily. The Tech Kale Strength Khalifa, they're going to be taking double digits by phase 3 of that fight for the rest of the fight.
I heard my girls.
Yep. Make sure you have your water, bro.
Hold on.
Okay, so moving on here. Question number 3: what new features or units would you like to see added to the game?
Saying I want new features, I would say I wouldn't necessarily look for any new features. I'd rather look for them to refine existing features, like being able to get more battlefield gems out of Battlefield. So maybe doing something like adding, this will sound silly, but you might know what I'm talking about, adding like a new game plus to Battlefield so that once you've done it once, you can run through it again, but maybe the difficulty will be doubled and you can get more Battlefield gems. Now, I completely understand we're not going to get Dragon Stones, but just being able to get more Battlefield gems because I'm always hunting for orbs. I've got a lot of those LRs that I don't even bother buying because I just go in and buy potential orbs, and I've not been able to buy potential orbs for a while. But I'd like them to do something like refreshing how Battlefield works, not like completely changing it, just maybe adding, you can run through it again at a higher difficulty and get more Battlefield gems out of it. Maybe adding a new legendary event, but I think everybody wants that. So whether it's Legendary Cell, Legendary Frieza, all forms of Vegeta, that type of thing, I think we need another one of them. But don't just copy the Legendary Goku event. Try and put another spin on it. And the only other thing that I've ever kind of wanted from Dokkan is a survival mode. So maybe have a leaderboard each month where you just keep getting, you get 1 bar of energy and you'll keep getting more and more enemies coming at you, but you've obviously only got your set items that you can take in with you. So once you've used those, 8 items, you're done, and it's just to see how far you can go beating enemy after enemy. And there would be maybe like a global leaderboard and give some kind of reward at the end of each month for however far you got in survival mode. Just something like that I think would be quite good. And with regards to units, I mean, every unit's pretty much in the game. I suppose I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even know. Maybe one of the Broly's from the Dragon Ball Heroes game, but we'll probably get that soon. Super Saiyan 4 Broly or something. I'm not actually a huge fan of Super Saiyan 4, but obviously the category's not massive, and we kind of are getting a category for it now with this Saiyan Raw thing. But I'd say one of the Broly's, one of the Super Saiyan 4 Broly's.
I'm sorry, what? What'd you just say about Super Saiyan 4?
It's not my favourite transformation. That's probably I must. I don't love Super Saiyan 4.
No, I'm just playing. I'm playing. You're allowed to like what you like.
I know. Super
Don't
Saiyan.
I'll be
I'll be honest, right? watching, if every bit of Dragon Ball I've consumed, my least favourite part of Dragon Ball is GT, and I'm not just saying that because it's nice to dump on GT. GT's got the Broly, it's got Baby. Baby's good, but Baby's kind of weak towards the end. I think you can compare Baby to the Goku Black arc a wee bit, where it's strong, but then the end of it's not so strong. Although I'd probably say the Goku Black arc's got like one of the worst endings ever. But I mean, even the Shadow Dragon saga's not that great. I'm sorry to hurt any GT fans out there, but it's not. I mean, most people will say, I think GT sucks, but I like Super Saiyan 4. I kind of needed to have become attached to the form from like through the story for me to enjoy it, and I just don't. Plus, I'm a Rangers supporter. Rangers wear blue. Goku's got blue hair. Blue Goku, yay! That's my favourite Goku.
That's fair. I mean, Super Saiyan 4 for me personally is my favorite form of the entire franchise because I feel it ties into that primal nature of the Saiyans' history. But I can see why some people wouldn't dig on it. Like my two favorite forms are Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan 3. So I like that, you know, digging deeper into the genetic traits of the heroes. But you know,
so you like hairy monkeys and you like people with eyebrows. That's you.
Well, well, I have a 5 head in real life, so I kind of dig it with Super Saiyan 3.
I would say I've got a 5 head, but I think that's got more to do with the fact that my hair seems to have ran away and decided to sit at the back of my head somewhere.
It's like you're
I got
me,
a bald
but
head.
Scottish.
Oh well, that's it. I started going bald when I was 17, man, so I've had to deal with it.
Oh, dude, you are me, but Scottish.
Welcome to the Global Gang Receding Hairline Podcast.
This episode brought to you by Hair Club for Men.
Rogaine.
Nah, I'm not one of these people that I've ever bothered about it. I ever since I was a wee lad, I took a pair of clippers and I just shaved all that stuff off, man. Just have it shaved in as close as it goes. I wish I could wax it so I don't even get patches of hair anymore. I hate the bits that just come in now. It's just like, right, I've came to terms with going bald. Just go away.
Yeah, like the last time I went to a barber, I was like, just take it to skin, and he looked at me, he's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah.
Well, I mean, if I went to a barber and said, just take it to skin, they'd be like, okay, so we're done then.
So, final question here. Do you have any upcoming projects or videos that you'd like to promote while you're here?
If Dokkan had some content, I might have some videos planned, but I'll be honest, I'm ass pulling videos just now. If you check out my channel, you'll see that I tend to be running the whole gambit of let's do this event without using items, let's do this event with a random pairing or whatever. So I'd say if you want to see any unorthodox or fast runs, check them out on the channel, but as for upcoming content, who the fuck knows?
So, I do want to bring up
This
this
guy
video
is truly
right
the
here.
Scottish version of Alex. Jesus Christ.
I do want to bring up this video right here, guys. What was this? 3 days ago, Hayzink put out a video where he has a discussion with Nolar about the dry spell, and I'm gonna link it in both Twitch and in YouTube. So make sure you guys check out this video. It's a really good discussion. Nolar brings up some really good perspective points from somebody who's been playing the game from very early on. And I feel like Hayzink, you put on a good rant through most of that video.
I'm quite good at ranting, to be honest, man. It's like incoherent. I start off incoherent and hopefully points will start coming to me while I'm speaking. That's kind of my flow, to be honest.
Oh, so first off, before we jump into the current events, I do want to thank you again, Hayzink, for joining us today. It's always nice to get the broader variety type of streamers and content creators. So I like the fact that you're from across the pond, as they say.
No problem. We are the originators of you guys, so don't worry. Half your heritage is Scottish anyway, or English, or whatever, until you decided to kick us out your country. But that's fine.
No love lost, eh?
You got your independence, and we see how that's working out for you just now, don't we? Trump.
Well,
let's not bring politics into it. There's some big things happening next week. So
yeah. So just to quickly touch on that, I guess next Tuesday is election day here in the United States. So I highly encourage you, regardless of who it is that you support, that's none of my business. Just go out and vote. It's your right as an American citizen. It is your privilege to help shape the future of the country, regardless of who you choose. That, just going out and voting is the most important thing.
What is up, my dudes? If you like this clip, be sure to check out the full episode down below in the description. Also in the description below, you can find all of our panelists on Twitch, YouTube, and various social media. Be sure to like and subscribe and ring that bell so that you know when the GGP puts up some freshly squeezed content.